Hello everybody, this is Rob with Yoro Adventures. Today we're going to do another product review, this time of a Harbor Freight branded protective case. So let me be frank with you. Protective cases are really important, very nice to have when you have camera gear. They are very useful because in most cases they're waterproof, dustproof. You can drop them, they can have things land on them, and it's going to protect everything that you have in them. But the biggest drawback to them is cost. If you've ever wanted to buy one, you're easily well over $100 for a small. I think my big Pelican case was about a little over $250, and I will do a review of that case as well. But you know, it dawned on me for Father's Day, my dad is part of Yoro Adventures, and just like me, carries a bunch of camera gear. And you know, having that protective case is something that's super important, and that's something I don't think he has. So I went out and got him a Harbor Freight one, and for Father's Day, thinking that it would be something useful. And you know, I'm sorry, but it's been hot today. Okay, so I got him, you know, Harbor Freight case. They had them on sale. It was right around $50, I believe. And for the reason why I went ahead and got him that, you know, instead of a Pelican, was if he doesn't use it on a regular basis, there's no loss. Even if he uses it on a regular basis, I'm really curious to see how it holds up. Don't get me wrong, I love Pelican. I love any of those brands that are out there. Pelican, in my eyes, is the ones that kind of are in the forefront of cases. But not all of us can afford it, so I thought an Apache case from Harbor Freight, and I'm trying not to smile too much, would be a good option. And the reason why I'm trying not to smile is actually I was very surprised when I had some time to look at it. So the review today is to take a look at the case. This one would be considered more on the medium small side. It is very good to fit DSLR and some lenses, or if you have you know, GoPros, maybe the accessories and some memory cards. But in either case, you know, I'm excited to give it to my dad. He does carry his camera with him, and I did notice on our last ride they were all in a bag. And this is not something that generally is going to be taken to the field, but is very useful when you go to the field. You wouldn't put it on the ATV necessarily unless that's your gig. My Pelican case is designed to be taken into the field, but it's too big for me to put it on my ATV. So this was kind of like a step down in size, and hoping that it would work for my dad, whether he wanted to put it on his ATV or just carry it in his truck. That was a long way of just saying I wanted to get him something that was useful for his use. And so I just want to do a quick review so you can see what this case is like, and obviously you'll be seeing it in videos most likely moving forward. So today we're going to be reviewing the Harbor Freight Apache 3800 series case. I will put a link to it in the description so you can look up all the specifications, but I'll do my best to try to answer as many questions up front by going through what I know about the case. And of course, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to post below. So let's take a look at the case. Okay, so let's just start off with a little orientation on the case itself. has a one-way hinged handle, which basically means it can lay flat one way. But for the most part, as you can see, it has quite a bit of movement in between, straight up and against the case, even if it's the wrong way. And if you're curious, look at the difference. So there's right there, and then it goes all the way flat there. It does have a different feature I've not seen before, but it says open and close valve securely before getting wet. I think it's to eliminate the potential vacuum. So when you close it, it creates a pressure in the inside, which lets the air out, and then you close it. So that way it's watertight, and then if you need to open it up, you may have to either break it that way, or you can probably open it. I've not seen that feature. If you know more than I do on that, I apologize. It's just what I've I'm going through the case. As I said, this is from Harbor Freight. It's Apache 3800. And then I put my tape measure so you can see the dimensions. So it's 16 inches wide. That's from this outer part to this outer part. And it's 13 inches deep. And that's from the back hinge to the top hinge. And then just to show you, because cases are always one of those things, is it big enough for my use? Let's see, it's right on the edge, so I would say it's about 6 5/8 inches deep, or tall. You're gonna kill me. I think it's gonna be tall. So it is IP65 rated, watertight and dust proof. Pick and pull foam inserts on the inside, which I'll show you in a moment. Adjustable pressure relief valve equalizes pressure for easy opening, and pre-drilled padlocks right here, so you can lock it down and not allow people to get in it. It would also serve really well as a gun case for pistols, if you're worried about people getting in. It looks to be roto-molded, again, just like high-end coolers. And so let's take a look. The hinges seem pretty solid. What you're looking for is something that doesn't have a lot of play, and it has a good resistance, so that way when you push down on it, it's actually connects really well, and it doesn't leave a gap on the lid. But okay. So here's the inside. Now this came directly from Harbor Freight. I have not really played with it much, but it does have that pick and pull foam insert. So it has, so you can create the cutouts for, various things like a camera or whatever you have. But let's take a look on the inside. So all of it is cut for the pick and pull. But one thing that the Pelican does that I love is that they put this non-pick and pull piece on the bottom, which this brand does, so that way in case you blow through it, you still have padding on the bottom and it's not exposed to the plastic. So that looks really good. Oops. Oh, I found a flaw right there. Do you see that? There's a screw, and it's for the equalizer piece. So if you have a piece of equipment that needs to fit in there, that's sticking out a total of about, looks like 1/4 of an inch, and so that could be scratch area. But hey, for the price, it looks pretty good. It also has the weather seal all the way around, and I am looking, it looks glued in, so that's another positive. So the cheap brands typically will just shove them in there, and then they get loose, or they dry out, and then they fall out. And then on the inside top, as you can see, there you go. Let's take a look. Okay. Other than that, it looks to latch pretty well. It's really tight. There's no movement in there. And, for the price, it's under $100, well under $100, so closer to the $50 mark. I think on sale I've seen these go for $40, maybe $38. It's a good size little case for somebody who's going to go take their camera gear out on the trails. So this is a quick review, initial review of the Apache 3800 rugged mobility case. I will be doing one of my Pelican case. I got a suitcase size Pelican case with wheels. I love that case. It is heavy. It is big. I can fit a lot of things in it. But something like this can fit on the front of an ATV very easily, and it's not going to take up too much space. And you know, whereas my big Pelican case, there's no way I'm going to be dragging that out in the field. I'll just take it in the vehicle and lock it up. But again, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them with the video. I try to respond as quickly as possible. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe and click on the little bell to follow our videos, so that way you're notified when I publish a new video. I try to publish videos at least once a week, if not sometimes once every 2 weeks, depending on how busy I am. And you know, I really appreciate your time in taking the time to watch this video. I hope you have a great Father's Day, and if you're looking for a rugged case, I will go ahead and give it a thumbs up. So you know, just keep on adventuring and have a great day.